organisms in their environment, one very important thing to study is where the organisms live. Animals and plants do not live in complete isolation. Living organisms are affected by their surroundings, or environment. Here we see an organism living in its environment.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Ah, crap!
Organisms act differently towards other organisms in their environment. They all interact differently. Here we'll see how this organism reacts to my presence. Hey Kyle.
Shut your mouth when you're talking.
The area where an organism lives is called its habitat. For example, this fish lives in this fish tank, so this fish tank is this fish's habitat. A group of organisms of the same species form a population. For example, these two dogs form this population. Along with these dogs' population, there will be other animals in their environment. Together with these other animals, they form communities. When you have a community and an environment, it becomes an ecosystem where all living organisms live. A niche is the role an organism plays in its environment.
Kyle, Mom said do the dishes.
I don't think so.
When we're talking about organisms, we have three basic types: decomposers, producers, and consumers. An example of a decomposer is bacteria because they decompose other organisms. However, an example of a producer is like these plants, which produce their own food. A consumer is an organism that devours other organisms. This ape right here is called a primary consumer, where it eats producers. This poacher is an example of a secondary consumer, which eats other consumers.
I'm gonna get me another monkey.
All three of these organisms are examples of a food chain. Next we have the primary consumer, which eats the plant. The next example is the secondary consumer, which eats the primary consumer.
There's that monkey.
I hope you had a fun time and learned lots of new information in our video project of living organisms in their environment. Starring Madison, your narrator. Starring as your upset organism in the future. And starring William as your neighborhood-friendly monkey.
Someday, when my life has passed me